right, fans, today we're going to do something really cool. Today we're going to review my New York City subway Muni Pal collection with one little update, as you can see. We're going to go in the same numbers we've always gone in. I got to fix this. Hold on. Okay, there we go. We got... Hold on, why is this like this? This is weird. All right, fans, so I was just straightening these a little bit. They're definitely, this cabinet's starting to get dusty, but that's what happens with age. It's not cat hair, it's dust. You know, because that's one thing these things do. When you have collectibles like that, look. See? They just collect dust. That's what happens. We're going to start off by reviewing the 7th Avenue lines. We got the 1 train, 7th Avenue local. It uses R62s and R62As. It goes from 242nd Street, Van Cortlandt Park to South Ferry. And then right here we got the 2 train. The 7th Avenue Express, it uses R142s only. Sometimes it uses R62s when there is a reroute. It goes from Flatbush Avenue, Brooklyn College to Wakefield 241st Street, the northernmost subway station in the transit system, and is the longest IRT line. We also got the 3 train, aka the Red Rocket. It uses R62s only. It goes from New Lots Avenue to Harlem 148th Street Lenox Terminal. Right here we got the Lexington Avenue lines, the busiest line in the city. We got the 4 train. It uses R142s only and R142As. And then occasionally R62As. R62As, you'll find them sometimes, especially in the mornings and the late nights. It goes from Woodlawn to Crown Heights, Utica Avenue, but at nighttime it extends to New Lots Avenue, which is when you'll find the R62As on it. And then right here, we got the 5 train. It uses R142As only. It goes from Flatbush Avenue, Brooklyn College to Eastchester, Dyer Avenue, and then has a Nereid Avenue rush hour extension. Right here is the 6. There's local, which is the Lexington Avenue local line, but there is a Diamond 6. It uses R62As only now. It goes from Brooklyn Bridge City Hall to Pelham Bay Park, which, if you guys don't know what Pelham Bay Park is, it is the biggest park in New York City. It's bigger than Central Park, and you guys should totally check it out. Then we got the 7, the Flushing line. It goes from 34th Street, Hudson Yards, all the way to Flushing Main Street. It uses R188s, and for the fans who are interested, I think they talked about extending it to Hoboken, New Jersey, or to Secaucus Junction. They're very on and off about that. And then right here, we got the A, C, and E, aka the 8th Avenue lines. So we're in Midtown Manhattan right now. The A line, the longest line in New York City. And one of the longest subway lines in the world, actually. It has 67 stops. If it was running local, it would make 67 stops. But it runs express mostly, cutting it down to only 30. 6, 7. It uses R179s, R211s, one R68A during rush hour, and R46s? Or did they take them off? I think they actually took them off the A line. Yeah, I think they actually took them out. And then right here we got the C train. Oh, by the way, shoot, the A train goes from Inwood 207th Street, making three terminations to Lefferts Park, Far Rockaway, and a rush hour extension to Rockaway Park, making it the longest line in the city, but it only goes to Rockaway Park during rush hour, and I think there's only 5 A trains that go there. Well, 10 a day, but 5 per rush hour. And then we got the C. That goes from 168th Street to Euclid Avenue. It uses R179s, R211s, and potentially R46s if they didn't take them off. And as you guys can see, that Muni Pal is an R32, and they don't have R32s anymore. You know, the very last subway in New York I rode happened to be an R32C train. And then we got the E train that goes from Jamaica Center to World Trade Center, center and center. It uses R160s only. So you guys might find that interesting. R160s only, and it's been that way since 2008. And then next we got the oh, holy crap. Gosh. The 6th Avenue lines. First, we got the B. Or is that D? No, it's a B. It uses R68s and R68As. And R211s right now are being thrown on it. So it's now a very diverse mix. It didn't used to be. It goes from Bedford Park all the way down to Brighton Beach. Little Odessa. Terminating at 145th Street during midday. The B and D are the only letter trains that go to the Bronx. The rest of them are all numbers. Then we got the D, R68s only. It goes from Coney Island, Stillwell Avenue to Norwood, 205th Street. Both B and D go across the Manhattan Bridge, and then right here we got the F train. And now uses R160s only, but I really wish we could have R46s back. It goes from Jamaica 179th Street via Court Square now. It doesn't go to Roosevelt Island anymore. To Coney Island, Stillwell Avenue. And then we got the M line, which now goes to Roosevelt Island. Uses R160s only. A wacky thing is it comes from Queens and then goes back to Queens. So it goes from Queens to Queens. R160s only. It goes from Forest Hills to Metropolitan Avenue, Middle Village. And then right here we got the 2 S trains. We got the Grand Central Shuttle. 42nd Street Grand Central Shuttle goes from Times Square to Grand Central and back. I think it takes about 2.5 minutes. Uses R62As only, and they always put decorations on it. They didn't do that when I was there, but now they do it all the time. And most recently, they got the Franklin Avenue Shuttle, or the Shuttle to Prospect Park, whatever they call it. That uses R68s only, and it goes from Prospect Park to Franklin Avenue. And then right here we got the L train, uses R143s, and it has the occasional, but very rare, because there's only one, R160. It goes from 14th Street to Canarsie, Rockaway Parkway. I like the L train. It's a fun line. I've never ridden it, but it looks like a fun line. And then right here we got the G train. It ain't nothing but a G train, baby. Even though you make me late sometimes, I know you're the best of the lines. It goes from Church Avenue to Court Square, and it's the only line that does not go to Manhattan. It uses R46s and a whole bunch of R211s and R160s, I think, but there's a lot of 211s and 46s on it right now. Again, leave a comment. I don't know if it still uses R1. Oh, crud, and that reminds me, the F and M now use, there's a chunk of 179s, too, I think. So, wow. Yeah, I'm way off. And then right here we got the Long Island Railroad, the LIRR, the busiest commuter rail in the United States. We got an M7 model replacing all M1s. Again, not a stain, it's dust. And then right here we got the Broadway lines. And oh, and by the way, I forgot. G train is just called the Crosstown line, and then L is the 14th Street Canarsie line. So, color of the route tells you the main portion. Now we're on Broadway below Times Square. We got the R train, which I really miss when it had R46s, but that's gone. R160s only, goes from Forest Hills to Bay Ridge 95th Street. Then we got the N, or no, that's W. Duplicate line now uses R46s almost exclusively. It could be R4, might actually be R46s only, honestly. Goes from Whitehall Street to Astoria Ditmars, and then we got the Q train, which uses R46s and 68s. But I think they're going to probably get 211s here soon, going from 96th Street, 2nd Avenue to Coney Island. And we got the N train that goes from Coney Island to Astoria Ditmars using R160s and R46s, R68s, and 68As. And now we got the Staten Island Railway, which uses R44s, but now there's a lot of 211s in it. Then we got the J and Z, the Nassau Street lines. They both go from Broad Street to Jamaica Center. Z only works during rush hour. Now it uses R143s, 160s, and 179s. Used to be really diverse. It used to have R32s, R42s, R16s. It had almost everything except R46s. Because the curbs were too tight. That's why you never see them on there. And same with the L. Last but not least, we got Metro North and M7 line going into Grand Central. All right, you guys. So don't forget to subscribe. And shout out to the YouTuber who let me know that there was a Prospect Park shuttle on sale. Now all we need is Rockaway. Bye, fans. Don't forget to subscribe.